Hello, friends. It is Chelsea. Welcome on back to another plan with me. I'm sharing the week of April 27th through May the 3rd. I used this Sci-Fi Fan kit that I got from Lynner Designs, and I paired with it these underlays that Lynn had designed to go with this kit. And they're Sci-Fi Fan underlays. I like this. It's like a motherboard pattern or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. I don't know computers. I wish I did. I wish I was more educated with computers, but I'm not, so it is what it is. I can run one. That's about it. My grandma thinks I'm a genius, but she can't work her computer, so, or her phone. So, anyways, this week we were leading up to honors night, so we were busy doing the things. I was very stressed out. It was a very stressful week, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just going to hop right into the day by day. I'm sure at some point we'll figure out something to talk about. So on Monday, I marked work first thing, and then I put in an application, and of course I had a headache because I was stressed out. On Tuesday, I went to work. I had a meeting with American Fidelity. I was setting up my retirement and my disability and all of that for the next school year, which, spoiler alert, ended up being kind of a waste of time, but we'll get to that. I also did back a game called Restart on this day. This game had come out on crowdfunding last year, and I fell in love with it. And they canceled the campaign. Honestly, I think it was because they weren't getting the funding that they thought they were going to get, and so they canceled the campaign. But they're back, and so of course I backed the game again. Although it was really cool, I got an email. They were offering 10 pounds off of shipping, which is pretty nice. After work, I went to Dollar Tree, and then I just had a YouTube binge to end the evening. On Wednesday, I went to work. I was not feeling well, and I ended up going to Walmart with my mom. I think we just had to get stuff for food. I don't really know. Had a YouTube binge and went to bed early. On Thursday, I ended up not going to work. I was not feeling well. Ended up with like a migraine situation. I did end up backing. So 20 Strong is a solo only, although they've come out with something new now that's cooperative, but it's a solo dice rolling game. And so they had a campaign up on crowdfunding for so the company that makes 20 Strong is called Chip Theory, and they did a collab with Awaken Realms, which is another board game company that I really love. If you remember me talking about Nemesis, that's from Awaken Realms. They did a campaign. They did a crowdfunding campaign. Chip Theory and Awaken Realms together made 3 new 20 Strong games. And so I've been looking into getting into 20 Strong anyways. I just really hadn't wanted to pull the trigger at this point. But this day I did back the game, and then I misunderstood I misunderstood something, so I ended up putting in an order to Chip Theory because I wanted a game. Like, I wanted to play the game and learn the game, which I know sounds kind of insane to like back a game before you, at least in this case, like backing a game that you've never played before. I backed like a mega bundle. So I ended up putting in an order to Chip Theory, so I do have about a base set or like a core set with a deck. We can talk more about that later in the future. Excuse me. I also did make cookie dough on this day. I had volunteered my services to make cookie dough or make cookies for honors night, which is on the Monday after this. And so I needed to make like I made 30 dozen cookies. So I had to make a shit ton of cookie dough. So on this day I started that process. And then I just had a YouTube binge, and I finally finished I Was a Teenage Slasher. I was not a huge fan of that book. I didn't like it. Friday, woke up feeling not great. I was anxious. I woke up at 4 a.m., but I did go to work. I behaved myself because I had to do I had put in a Walmart pickup order for some stuff that we needed for Monday, so I had to go and get that. So I was like, well, I guess I better go to work. After we got that done, my mom and I decided to go to Muncie, and we went to Chili's for dinner. We got Dunkin' because I can't go to Muncie and not get Dunkin'. And then we also went to Meijer, and on the way home, I got ice cream, or we got ice cream, I guess I should say. On Saturday, I started off the day with coffee and YouTube and some planning time. Did some laundry and cleaned the bathroom upstairs. And then on this day, I did make sorry. On this day, I did make the majority of the cookie dough, and I was super anxious. I think it was because my parents went out, and they were not texting me. She was not texting me back. And I don't know. I have this like destructive thought process where if somebody doesn't text me back, I automatically assume that they're dead. It's very annoying. But to be fair, it was raining, and my stepdad was driving, and he's not a great driver. And then we did do some printing and cutting in the evenings. Sunday, I missed a script here, but I did mark reading. And then I did finish up my printing and cutting. I think I was printing and cutting kits, honestly. Or like flat icon stickers. I may have been doing a little bit of both. I'm not sure. I did have some planning time, though, so I'm assuming I was printing and cutting kits and the like. And then I just spent pretty much all day on Sunday baking cookies. I think I started about noon and I got done at 6. It was interesting, let me tell you. And then I just had a YouTube binge to end the evening. So yeah, that is the finished spread. Didn't use a ton of foil for this kit, just the underlays, or for the spread, I guess, just the underlays. Thank you all so very much for watching, and until I see you next time, bye-bye.